Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. You've got to be fired up. You're going to go to IET, right? Going to initial entry training today, right?
Yes,
Be fired up about it. I'll tell you, not everybody in the United States, of the 300 million or so folks in the U.S., choose to join the military. And it's my privilege today as the Charlotte MEPS Commander, Major Hilton, to be your enlistment officer. I'll tell you, you need to consider yourself lucky already, because there are a lot of folks that don't make it to where you are today. Not only do a lot of folks not decide to join the service, and of course we appreciate you stepping forward to do the nation's business, but a lot of folks aren't qualified. They can't pass the testing, they can't pass the medical, they can't pass the background investigation, they can't get qualified for a job. So you really ought to consider yourself fortunate, not only to have made a great decision to join the service, but also that you've gotten this far, even though you're just starting your initial entry training. I'll tell you, you're all volunteers. So as you go to IET, I want to challenge you to remember why you're here. It could be college money. It could be that you want to serve the nation for a couple years and get out and go do something else. Could be you want a new career. I mean, I could have the next Sergeant Major of the Army or Marines, the Commandant of the Corps standing here in front of me today, and it's all possible, okay? But remember why you have decided to join, and let that be your motivating factor as you go down to your initial entry training. I was a basic training commander at one point, and one of my drill sergeants told me, he said, sir, if they would just remember one thing, they would really do well down here. And I said, what is that, drill sergeant? He said, you don't have to be first, just don't be last. So when they call a formation together and they say, hey, we're going to chow, formation, make sure you're not the last one to line up. When you go out on a run, make sure you're not the last one in the back. Now, if you are, it's okay. They're going to give you some extra corrective training to make sure that you're squared away, because, frankly, they want to help you get through training, and they want you to be, not to use an Army term, the best you can be at the other end of the cycle. So when you go to your duty station, you're in the best shape you've ever been in. You're ready to do your job. You know your job back and forth, and regardless of what situation you find yourself in, you are ready to perform and do and represent the United States in any service, okay? So it should be an exciting day for you. I'm very excited to be your ceremony officer, and so I look forward to doing that here with you today. One thing, I have to ask you a couple questions before we get started, and I'll do that. And then I'm going to have you come to attention, raise your right hand, and repeat the oath after me. Now, when I do that, I'm going to actually ask each one of you individually to state your name instead of all of you saying your name at one time. Because if you have family members here, I want them to be able to hear you state your name and hear you make the commitment to the United States. So I will do that. I'll have you lower your hand. Then you can take pictures here in the ceremony room with your family. And then we'll ask you to step out the door right here into the classroom, and we'll have you sign your contracts. And then eventually we'll get you to chow, get a travel brief done, and then have you move on about 1400 or 2 o'clock to your next destination, which will be your initial entry training locations all over the United States. Okay? All right. A couple questions real quick. Have you been briefed on, and do you understand the DoD applicant briefings on separation policy and restrictions on personal conduct in the Armed Forces and UCMJ Articles 83, 85, and 86?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does anyone have any questions or reservations or reluctance to enlist at this time?
No, sir.
You sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Got to be fired up. Okay. I'm going to call you to attention, have you raise your right hand, and like I said, when we get to I, just go, I, state your name, and you'll state your name, state your name, state your name. We'll go like that all the way to the back, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Group, attention. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, state your name.
Michael Letter.
Zachary Zuffel. Paul Nelson Ledoux. Tyler Lambert.
Devin Caldwell.
Joe Wild.
Mitchell Mason.
Justin Martell.
Joshua Lewis.
Ryan Logan.
Jared Blair.
Christopher Michael Bearline.
Jonathan Hall.
Jonathan Allman.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
according to regulations
according to regulations
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, lower your right hand. Stand at ease. Rest. Give yourself a round of applause. Congratulations. 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 Hey, congratulations. It's a good looking.